Welcome out to Hip Hop Unplugged Season 1, Episode 2 with the Sneaker Don himself,
Wow.
the Prince of Hat Park, Dave Jeff.
What up, y'all?
I'm June, that's FaceTime. Y'all make some noise for our guest today, Dave Jeff.
Boom. It's Chicago in the house. Let me hear you say yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
What's good, man?
Talk to me. Hey, first of all, I'm happy to be here.
All right.
It's literally really close to the house.
Facts.
This was a privilege. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all. Thank you for even having a brother here. You know what I'm saying?
We honor.
Definitely, I'm
appreciate that.
very grateful.
You know Chicago love you.
Love. I love Chicago.
Let's take it back to the Kenwood days. You know what I'm saying? Your introduction to hip hop. You know, let's take it back to those days.
Like what? Like
my question is, how did you get introduced to hip hop? How did you get introduced to them there?
Okay, them there. Like we say like hip hop, just like kind of everybody else when it was being heard more. Beat Street was one of my favorite movies type thing. I want to say like first like real tape. We go back to not even like Kenwood, but I went to grammar school in Chatham and BDP. The
Criminal Minor Joints.
Yeah, right. Are you a philosopher?
Ooh.
Yes.
All of that.
Yes.
I mean, but you know that whole thing was just on fire then. Like it's crazy that's 20 years ago. No, more than 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Of what it was. Mm-hmm. But that was my first love of it. Them there shit, okay, that's back. I always say like I was conceived in Chatham, but born and raised in Hyde Park, just because my family had a crib like on 82nd and LaSalle.
Okay.
That's like 2 blocks west of the Dan Ryan or whatever. But my mother, just brought us to Hyde Park, and that was just being in Hyde Park. That was Kenwood. That was skateboarding, doing all of, you know what I'm saying, regular young shit, you know what I'm saying, gangbanging too, and everything. But the outlet of the music and the dance and the culture thing was the Dim There shit.
Facts.
If y'all don't know what Dim There is, like, do your homework. You know what I'm saying? Twilight Tones, the
Reg,
Nod, Clado, Bay,
Graham,
rest in peace, Graham. Reno, I mean, we keep going on this, all of that. I got introduced to that from Twilight Tone. Twilight Tone was Big Bro. He stayed, right here on 47 or whatever. My cousin, his name is, Dr. Ezekiel Taylor. His mom just passed Wednesday, so
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Auntie. Much love. But right there on 47th, thank you. On 47th, right there was just Tone, us, or whatever. So that was my intro, because Tone was Tone and that.
Correct.
And so we hung out, going to Kenwood or whatever. We were dating sisters. So we were really together a lot in that thing, and then he just brought me into this Dim There thing with Red. So our West Side guys, you know what I'm saying, dancing with Common or whatever. Like we did
Rashid.
I forgot exactly what the video was, but my first car was like this convertible Bug, right? Primer, no paint job, nothing.
Right.
Like so.
A
not
to B.
like G, but we was riding with the top down. Scullies, but Twilight Tone, check fact, had this big ass yellow Sony boom box or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we would ride around, that whatever. But that was my intro to Dim There and that whole piece through Tone.
So with that being said, shout out to my man Khalif too. One of the dopest MCs.
Okay.
Associated with y'all.
All day.
Gotta talk about my brother Leaf. But real quick, so when we talk about the elements of hip hop, okay, you got the MCing piece.
Yeah.
Now you had your experience at MCing, but my question is, did you b-boy and did you do any graffiti?
Yeah, I did graffiti a little bit. No crew wise.
Okay.
So I'll say this. Dave Jeff today, totally different Dave.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's Dino. You know what I'm saying?
So it was Dino back then.
Yeah, like Yeah, this is totally different. So I went by paid was my tag.
Okay.
B-boy, yeah, a little breakdance, whatever. But I'm skateboarding, gangbang. Like this is Hyde Park. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Kick push,
This is kick push. This is you go past Woodline.
Right.
Get the Drexel, we gave, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You are, it is what it is. But I'm just saying this was that. I'm on Harper with my white boys, with Nico and them, we skateboarding. He had a ramp in his garage. You know what I'm saying? I lived on Dorchester. We sold drugs on Cornell. We hung out in Locktown or whatever.
Okay.
So it was just that circumference
right.
of that. So that was all those things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
to answer your question, all that shit went down.
Right.
Did you ever try to DJ? Did you ever give it a try?
No, not like publicly. Can I? I mean, probably. We get later on the interview.
Okay.
I'm family with the best DJs in the world. I've been around all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Forever.
The Jazzy Jeffs, the Clark Kents, the D Nices, the Kenny Dopes, the Terry Hunters,
Hey.
the
Y'all.
Twilight Tones. I mean, we can keep going.
Yeah. I didn't know you was that much of a music curator.
Oh yeah.
Until I started doing a little homework, and then I seen your group, this whole fest, like lineup change. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm trying to debate which one I should go to, but then I see Mustafa, and then I see Jay Illa, then I seen Lil Kim. That I'm like, I'm probably gonna end up coming.
But I mean,
I can do both, but I need to see that.
Excuse me. First of all, we talking about the fest this year.
The fest this year.
2023 Hyde Park Summer Fest.
Shameless plug.
I'm sorry, the beer. Morris got me like belching on the microphone. I'm a partner in the Hyde Park Summer Fest.
Facts.
Like creative director, so I'm responsible for the sound and feel of that. So Hyde Park Summer Fest this year is Juneteenth weekend, 6/17, 6/18 or whatever. The lineup,
Nice
you gotta the lineup for both days is like I labeled it as kind of like a fly pot of gumbo. You know what I'm saying? Because it's everybody from the Clips. It's 2 Chainz. It's Uncle Waffles.
Right.
On the day, Terry Hunter. I mean, it's a lot going on Saturday too. Then the Sunday is Little Kim, the Toby, Jonathan McReynolds taking us to church. You know what I'm saying? Robert Glasper, thing like that, and then myself and Mustafa Rocks are curating this ode to hip hop, Chicago hip hop. We did it. We did it. It was a must. One is 50 years of hip hop. 2, if y'all watch the Grammys, we kind of got slighted. Wasn't no Chicago representation on there at all, or whatever.
Big time.
So I mean, just talking my shit, whatever.
Facts.
Like, my partner Jonathan Swain, everything was like, man, we gotta give us some love or whatever. So what better platform our own fucking fest? You know
Right. So this is what you're bringing to hip hop. So when we talk about, I'm gonna.
So who's some?
Wait, hold on, one second. The reason why I asked Dave Jeff this question about him being the music curator, right? Because one of the slept on parts of hip hop is knowledge itself, right?
True.
Now, one person I know who always talks about knowledge itself and shows it through from their toys to their flyers. I ain't even got to say the name, but I'm gonna say it is Reginald Knowledge. Reginald, right?
Reggie no.
But to that point, a lot of people don't know how much you really focus on, like self-mastering and knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? So when we start talking about what makes up Dave Jeff, we talking about the music curator, but we also talking about the fashion, but then we also talking about like the hosting, you know what I'm saying? When hosting, like I told you, I was like, I fuck with that suede.
Oh, the Puma thing.
That suede sounds, that was fresh, that was dope.
Thanks.
But just going back to the knowledge of self piece, like, can you kind of talk to like how that, it seems like that's like your foundation for you, like doing all this architecture.
Yeah, and knowledge itself, not necessarily from the 5%.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we talking about within hip hop.
No, just like a holistic.
Exactly.
I just feel like, one, you gotta change you, manifest you, go in deeper, find you. You know what I'm saying? And who you are, what you can do, your strengths, understanding, and everything like that. Then go change the world.
Facts.
Some people just try to go change the world and not really knowing them
Right.
You might not be the motherfucker to change the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might not be strong enough, to that, and you might not be. Everybody can't be a chief. You gotta really know and be true and be honest with yourself.
Right.
And that. So who Dave is? I mean, it's many layers of Dave, Pop. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a God-fearing father. I'm a husband. A brother, a cousin. Big homie, I'm being called OG now, you know what I'm saying? Prince of High Park,
Partner.
I've been a deacon in a, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So now, this businessman, this entrepreneur, like I said, this MC, this host, this curator, this store opener, this producer, this creative director, you know what I'm saying? This designer, like, yeah, it's I'm a fly as onion.
I want to go back. I want to go back to the Summer Fest. Who like the whole 50-year celebration? Who are some of the artists?
For Chicago,
Thank you, Joe.
we basically
Getting us back on track.
we basically grabbed the '96 tour that was already kind of going on with Shauna, Do or Die, Crucial Conflict, Twister. And Vic Mensa, and so Vic wasn't on the tour, but we've added Vic Mensa to Chicago to kind of give that.
This is where we going.
So the whole thing, the whole concept, like I said, came from us being slighted on the Grammys. Yeah. And so like, we wanted Herbo. If y'all seen the Grammys, wanted Herbo. Herbo was gonna be like how Little Baby ended it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because that was just that type of music, and that kind of direct genre or whatever. But scheduling conflicts or whatever in that.
So Vic kind of take his.
Yeah. No, I mean Vic definitely checks the box of he's from Hyde Park. Yeah. He's the current appetite of the culture, the whole nine. Yeah. And he's cold. He's from Chicago. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He fits that age right there. Yeah. Easy. So that's what that was. And then I'm the host of that piece, and Mustafa is the glue. Mustafa is the Questlove. I'm the LL. If y'all see the
I got you.
Y'all see the Grammy performance, right?
Yeah. So you mastered yourself, right? And we see.
And I haven't mastered myself. This is an ongoing thing.
Okay. He's still evolving.
That was sauce right there. You called me on. I was trying to trap him. It didn't work.
You're not gonna get nothing fake out of here. You know what I'm saying?
But so we talk about knowledge itself, right?
Okay.
So my question I wanted to ask is like, so after being like a high-end brand junkie, right? We talking about the K-Swiss, the Eddie Bowers, yada 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 yada, and then you become an intern. And then you turn into, you work for the store, you're a sales rep and all that. When does the idea of like, fly, like I need to let fly out? Like, when does fly come out?
I mean, I'm gonna say this, like, shit, I'm from Hyde Park, so I'm always fly. I'm always that. You know what I'm saying? I'm me, so I'm always that. Let's talk shit, y'all.
And you always was fly, though. You was fly before Biggie.
So you had the love for Hyde Park. You was holding paper. But what made you put the idea down on paper and then choose some color schemes and all of that?
The whole shit, so really quickly or whatever, working at the store called Halftime. Right. My big homie from Queens came to Chicago. Right. He had family out west, and so they was doing other stuff, but he wanted to do this apparel store. Right. So boom, this was the infamous Halftime, 79th and Western. Right. Or whatever. Him being just really a flies, OG in the game and whatever, and was into the sneaker culture, into these things, whatever like that. That's why our product allotment was crazy, because he actually flew to Atmos at one time overseas.
Correct.
In Japan, spent about $60, brought shoes back over here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hence kind of kicked off the premium price of the shoe. So he would get it over there, boom, box price. Come over here, we're selling Air Force Ones for $200. This is for $200. This is in the late '90s. I mean, this is that late '90s, right? 2000. You know what I'm saying? So this is living in the atmosphere on the wall. This is acorns on the wall. This is all of the dope Puerto Rican joints on. This is all of the shit that everybody has, wheats and the Kappa joint. This is all the shit that people said we had them on the wall in sizes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Authentic product.
Right.
Okay.
And that was like one of the first on black boutique stores that was actually leaving the United States and doing that.
No, you were doing that. Like that was
Because of Nike?
no. So Nike wouldn't open us over there.
So Nike wouldn't open
Nike was a shout out to Gian because we tried
Shout out to
to do that, but then
So you put the proposal in, but it was a no.
Yeah, it was a no because it was in the hood. I mean, I understand that more now, 20 years in the game and dealing with so much corporate stuff, dealing with the brands that I've dealt with, the 4 major brands in it, and understanding why they probably didn't open it at that particular point in there.
Right.
I mean, I get it. Not necessarily, still don't agree with it, but I mean, that's what didn't happen over there.
Right.
So he, his past caught up with him.
Right.
He got locked up or whatever.
Got pinched.
Pinched, boom.
Sat
went,
down.
Vacation.
All right.
Whatever. So I was left to the space.
Right.
And so this is where Fly was born. Right. In the store, the president of PHLI at the time, PHLI was making a brand push, and they were trying to, he was checking out, stores in different markets.
Yeah.
So he brought gifts to the urban store. So he brought this big ass book. I forgot the photographer name, but in it had that picture of Biggie with the Coogee.
Yeah.
Right.
It had so that Biggie with the Coogee, he was real fly to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I branded it. Okay, boom.
Gotcha.
Tupac was a fly thug. He's sitting there throwing out the fire, boom.
Yeah.
Camo, big ass J on,
Right.
like this. So Tupac was fly thug.
Right.
Slick Rick had on the seersucker suit, Heavy J, or whatever like this. He was super fly to me. So those were the shirts that I branded first in doing it, and that kept the lights on before we liquidated a lot of the stuff. But watching the process of how the shirts were made, I started taking pictures of my shoes. When I take pictures of my shoes, I'm like, okay, you gotta have the best. You gotta have the best photography, the highest DPI in the pictures.
Right.
So me and Punch,
Shout out to Punch.
Shout out to P. Took to a photographer. My sister Rita Lee had out west.
Shout out to Rita Lee.
And we did this stupid ass photo shoot of the picture. So that's where the infamous box game comes from.
Okay.
That's where all the shoe porn things come from, whatever.
Right.
And the box game was just 50 shoes, babe? What was it, 50 shoes?
It was 50 shoes.
Like a little more maybe. But I'm just saying,
With
like,
signatures?
not even signatures.
And
What the shoe was.
Yeah,
what the shoe was. The shoe was, I had in my writing, white on white, Air Force One, linen and atmosphere, black and yellow,
one of your
red
favorite shoes.
Right, boom. Linen and atmosphere is my favorite.
If y'all piss Dave off, bring him this. That's what you do. That do say.
But do say. But no, but that was that's where that started, where the brand started.
Right.
So when boom,
and you
sold
the first to put the.
This is just what I just say live, everybody, whatever. I just challenge y'all.
Do your homework.
People, aficionados, do your homework. Well, nobody put no sneakers on shirts in 2000. You know what I'm saying? No brands, no major brand, no major brands, definitely. I will even go, because I stay in the good that way, that great minds think alike.
Yeah.
But wasn't no corporate major brands doing nothing like I was doing then,
Exactly.
pertaining to sneakers and apparel. You know what I'm saying? That coalition wasn't even together yet in that.
But however, you brought it together.
I dare somebody say something different.
Like
Now-
Face and I, we was talking, and I said that when it comes to the face of fashion in Chicago, that you are one of the faces.
Thank you.
And then you see the guy that always does this, and the guy
Ziggy.
like he poses his feet is one way, and then his foot is the other way.
Shout out to Zoe.
And you notice a lot of people do that, so that's Zoe. Then you got Alio.
I mean,
then you got Corey. But yeah,
it's so many. But I just say, like, as far as designing pop, like, y'all haven't seen Dave Jeff as a designer fully. You know what I'm saying? You've seen me create and curate some dope shit.
it sounds like you got something.
Oh, it's always.
I know you got something coming, because I heard you was leaving Chicago and going to Italy.
Gone, but
and speaking a different language and all that. You ain't said. Shout out to Mello. Like,
no, that's BWS.
Big up Chanel.
That's BWS.
Hey,
but I'm just saying, like, to the design side or whatever.
Yeah, back to that.
Like, like y'all just haven't seen. I've done cut and sew pieces. I've done things that I've definitely designed that have been put together that's not printed or blanks or shit like that. Y'all seen that over the years all day long. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I like the joint you got on. That's
I'll say,
right.
Felicia Rashad.
Yeah.
Just, if y'all don't love Felicia Rashad, just unfollow me, get off my line. Don't buy another fly nothing if you don't like Felicia Rashad. I'm just standing on that.
So to your point,
but to my point, like
the fashion, and we haven't seen
the fashion.
before.
So you haven't seen that. You know what I'm saying? And so you'll see that more.
Right.
It's like I just said with the.
Sound like you don't have outerwear and
I mean, just
shoewear,
full fledged. I just say this like, I'm so blessed that fly is relevant 20 years later. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all haven't even got the half of really what it was what it was supposed to, just because the path has been this Dave Jeff brand built right along with my baby. It's like I grew up with my baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In that, and then so that Dave Jeff brand growing up with my baby, being able to host these tours, these major events, consult for these major brands, build these stores and things like that, and so still be daddy, you know what I'm saying? Like that, and so just now, these 20 years later, and building the fest, curating these pieces or whatever like this, it's an easier walk. I'm not even gonna say stressful, but just an easier flow. Right. So I can get back to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can get back to whatever. It's like, I don't have to hustle no more, if you understand what I'm saying.
Facts. Yeah.
And
he not he ain't double breasted no more.
On like survival mode type thing or whatever.
So to that point of hustling and then putting in a place where you got to hold yourself accountable for that. You sat down for a minute. Now this is when you had your run at Tony Sports, right? Now, when you was with Tony Sports, you had, it's some fire people that came, it's some infamous people. You got
let's talk about that Tony Sports era.
Wait,
because there's so many hot people came out of there.
You got Autumn?
To both y'all points.
Diego.
God rest the dead Tony Fernandez.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Tony.
To that, yeah.
Tony Sports is what I call retail college. Like, actually, before Tony passed, we were working on a collab, retail college. So this was Tony Sports and Fly Shit.
I didn't know that.
But, yes, we all came from Tony.
Right.
The retail colleges.
Can you say the people that was working with you?
I'm just saying, Pop, this is where I learned in the stock room. This is where I sat with Nike people picking your fucking brain, and then 6 months later you see what they just picked your brain about.
Right, yeah, exactly.
This is early seeing it, that whole piece grow. But you have Autumn, Sir Madam, you have Veil Success, you have Diego, creative director for leaders.
And he's with K-Swiss and
Reef worked there for Sharif. Marketing.
Big ups.
Excuse me,
Shannon.
Big Shan.
Big Shan.
Or whatever came from there. AJ came from there. Cliff came from Cliff came from there. Who else? Rico. Big Rico. Big 10. I mean, we can
keep naming.
Go on and on and on who worked there early, but like I just say, it was retail college, and that was just the gathering. Like if you was under the L or you was Hot Park, so you say, I sat down. So let's be clear, I didn't sit down for years or nothing like that or whatever. They sentenced me to 3 years for cannabis or whatever down at in the cab or whatever like this. I end up doing 7 months. But so not like, you sat down. We not saying
no. God ain't big enough for you.
I was gone for a minute, came back. When I came back, that's when I started working in the store. And so that was just my change of, serving, slinging, doing whatever I was doing to really moving cotton.
Exactly.
Slinging clothes, you know what I'm saying? And I take pride in that. And
you was moving through the trunks. And you went from what was the first vehicle you started off in? You had dropped it when you was talking about
that convertible Bug.
Right, the convertible Bug.
No, that was B-Boy.
That was B-Boy, right?
B-Boy. I've had cars.
I'm talking about when you was hustling out when you was hustling fly out the car.
No, my Impala, I had a 96 Impala SS, Tahoe or whatever. Look at Intrepid. Right. We had an Intrepid that we went all over the world with. Shit, Saturns. I mean, I'm just out of the trunk, like whatever it was.
He Dave Jeff, man. You know what he had.
Yeah, no, he had a tagline when he was talking about it when I was watching his interview. He's like, man, I went from this to this, and I can't even remember what car that was.
Out the trunk. So yeah, we started there, whatever.
Yeah.
Just like at the thing, the activation,
right?
Whatever.
Activation.
We was in the Alpina.
The Alpina.
If you know what the Alpina is, that's a X7. It's only like a couple of hundred of them in the state anyway. That's a whole nother combo.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the brands that you're affiliated with.
Fly all day. It's my baby. I'm a cultural partner for Puma.
Yep.
Right now, I have a lifestyle brand with my partner Mello. It's called BWS. That we partnered on. Came from Mello. Hooked up with him, formed like Voltron. Just wait for that. Killer Boo.
Funky colorways.
Yeah, funky colorway and dope apparel. I'm a
Crazy
partner
Chanel work.
Legend Conversation. Me and my man Alex, y'all might know him as DJ RTC. So
Shout
we've
out to
done
DJ
this
RTC.
dope concept of sitting with legends, private dinner, and then a party. So we've done all the greats, the Jazzy Jeffs, the Alchemists, the
Just
Raekwons,
Blaze.
the Just Blaze. We just did Premiere, or whatever,
Crazy.
Clark Kent, and all that. I'm a partner in the High Park Summerfest. I have a upscale brand that's coming to David Gregory, the Alpha Space.
Yep.
So it's just a lot going on.
And where is the Alpha Space? Where can
The
people
Alpha
find it?
Space is 2014 South Michigan.
2014 South Michigan.
Yeah, so it's my office. Like a lot of people think it's a fly store. It's only like store hours when I drop new joints. When it's a pop up, when there's new stuff to drop, and then I can turn it into that. But it's basically my office, creative space. In this
So,
space.
with that being said, some people wanted to know what happened to Fly staying in Hyde Park. Why did Fly leave Hyde Park? Why did it fly away?
High Park wants $1 million for 1,000 square feet.
So when
is
you left,
business.
what year was that again?
2010.
No, 15, maybe something like that.
So back in that time, a lot of people don't know, like, it was like $33 per square feet.
Yeah, no, like I'm just saying, like
I know that much.
across the
but-
street from a major landmark in Hyde Park. I'm just gonna say this: I went to get 1,000 square feet, right?
Yeah.
The 1,000 square feet would have cost me damn near $6,000, $7,000 a month.
Wow.
Right, to where, boom, I'm on Michigan Avenue right now in the South Loop with 20-something square feet and nowhere near that. I mean, just because I locked in 2017 or whatever, but I'm just saying, like,
Able to do whatever he
was able to do it, and that's just how it ended up. Because the whole thing is, the spot was supposed to be the Alpha store, not the Alpha space.
Right.
Okay.
It was my OG, like I was saying, from 79th, definitely came home, established, and done all other major things. We have a store in West Virginia called the Alpha Store.
Okay.
And so just because of the politics of the cities,
Right.
of accounts and things like that, whatever, it was just easier to do it there, garnish the accounts to be able to do it big at home on Michigan Avenue or whatever. That was the plan. But the space that we're in now went through some shit with the city. Like, so let's just say if I signed the lease in June, we were supposed to be in like 45 days after the lease thing so they can build out or whatever. We didn't end up actually moving into the space for almost a year or something like that, just because of shit they had going on with the city or residential something, codes, Chicago shit, you know what I'm saying?
no, this is real
or whatever. So in that time, my partners just kind of, my partner there and G, shout out to Gideon or whatever, they just were just on other paths, and I kept the space because I saw the vision of it at the time, and it's just turned in what it's turned into the space. But like you said, God has a plan because it's done so much good in there. Like today, we're just in there. Shout out to my man Wadi, men's mental health. Kind of seminar today that's once a month called Bro Times or whatever, just the gathering of black men being able to just talk about their feelings, have an outlet or whatever like this. So the space becomes so many things. My daughter's send-off party to college was in there. My nieces and nephews, my babies, my wife has a daycare, so we have family outside of family, whatever is done, dope stuff in there, whatever. So that's what the space has turned into, just really a space of positive energy. You know what I'm saying? Just like that.
But I'm gonna say this, like, I don't think a lot of people acknowledge this, but I'm gonna say this. Congrats on everything that you done, all your success.
Thank you.
But your greatest success, in my opinion, is how good you is to your wife and children.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
You. I appreciate it.
Big ups to
You
that.
hear that, babe? You hear my beautiful wife is in here right now. Hey, Shimmy. Hey, babe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Appreciate that.
Big ups to
I mean, Pop, I mean, we can go into a whole nother interview on that.
And then speak to that. Even though Dave has that alpha spirit, right? You still get the love, you still get the compassion, the empathy, the understanding, and that is a part of being an alpha male or being a leader. So when you listen to what Dave has to say, you watch how Dave move, and you even see his infrastructure, it's still projecting that, and it's holding that energy, and it's holding the lifestyle you have. So that's why when you was like, yo, I'm an architect, I'll hit you like, yo, Dave, like that shit was crazy, bro. Like,
right.
going crazy right now, like damn.
Right.
Because I see it and I feel it. Because we ain't chopped it up a lot of times. I be like, yo, Dave, what you think about this? And then Dave be talking about some shit. I'll be like, well, what you think about this? But he's always building. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, man.
And this, like, I brought this shoe because
Ralph Sampson.
The Ralph Sampson joint. I ain't know nothing about Ralph Sampson until my boy Ty Weezy. Ty put me up on that. And Ty, he's over his stash, y'all. If anybody looking for Ty, over his stash. That's the man right there on sneakers. But Ty put me up on this. But the shoe wasn't too sentimental until I walked in the store and I was trying to make a purchase. And then Dave, you gave me this shoe. And I was like, yo, like, what's going on today? Like, yo, Pop, that's you right there.
That's you.
So I appreciate that. But this is a sneaker that you had let out your space. Can you just tell people about it? Because they missed it. But can you let people know about this sneaker right quick?
I honestly forgot what package this was. It was something like a world package.
Right.
With that, hence the colors of it, like a Caribbean type thing. But this Ralph Sampson is a slept-on shoe. This is one of my favorite shoes from Puma right now. Like this Ralph Sampson low.
That's fire.
The OG suedes that I have on now. Like I had on earlier. I had on a Brood pair. Shout out to
suedes.
Yeah, that's these. I have these on right now. Hey, see.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
Shout out to Ty Hill. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. But this is one of my favorite shoes, Pop. This colorway was good. I mean, y'all know what it is. It's the white leather. It's the suede on the toe box. The suede on the heel collar. This shoe, even though it's flat, it's comfortable. It's an easy wear. You know what I'm saying?
True.
It don't really gang bang and squeeze your feet or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing, and it looks good on or whatever. But the Ralph Sampson, you see the gold tips on the strings. So this is a hot shoe right here. Damn, I forgot. You gonna have me look at what pack that is. It's a pack for that.
Yeah, what was the name of it? That was that way.
Yeah, just pack, world pack.
Yeah,
Right,
world pack.
Yeah, world pack. Right. Then you guys
Ty Hill,
one of those joints.
Yeah, I got one of those joints.
You got those joints. This is one of my favorite shoes too. This is a comfortable shoe. Favorite shoe here. And Zoe kilted with the with the geeks there, the understressed tongue.
Yeah, that's a comfortable shoe like a motherfucker.
Zoe colors and all that. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I just bought that up just to let people know, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I got the love from you, you know, like unexpectedly, like coming through just to support, and then like you blessing me with something. So, you know, I definitely had to have you come through.
No, I appreciate it. That's what I mean. That's what I do for Puma. I like activating and keeping that energy. You know what I'm saying? With the using the influence just to put people up on. Fly product, new shit. You know what I'm saying?
So,
or whatever. So they lace me to lace y'all.
I'm tight. I'm laced. I'm tight from head to toe. So with that being said, my boy Riso So Shy wanted to know what happened to the PHLI collaboration.
The PHLI collaboration.
That was a big conversation for sneakerheads. Everybody wanted that shoe. They was anticipating what you do with it. But what happened? What happened?
Thanks. I'm just gonna say that I love you for that. I love Reese for that. For even
Riso So Shy.
For even digging. Well, I mean, it was gonna be a big thing because that would have been my third collaboration. So I've done 2 shoes with Nike, Air Max 90, Air Force 25. Then I did the K-Swiss Classic with K-Swiss. So one of the first people that they let touch that classic sneaker, not the LX or nothing like that, the classic piece. So it was anticipated because it was with PHLI. So once again, kind of going through the brands early, and not going through them, but dealing with them, partnering with them,
right, partnering up.
In that way. Don't want to have any connotations like the brands are hoes, but but I'm saying like the PHLI thing was just dope, but it was based off of once again the marketing and the energy in the local market, and the store didn't open when it was supposed to open, so that wasn't a fly collab, that was an alpha collab. That was an alpha space. So the store was going to open. So the store was going to open. Boom, shoe collab right off the bat. Fly apparel. Boom, boom, boom. That was the plan. That was the plan. So that's what happened, Reese. That's what happened.
All right. Then he wanted to know what happened to the Air Force One, the mysterious Air Force One.
The mysterious Air Force One high was done, produced, and supposedly was stolen.
What was the colorways for that?
The Chicago flag. So it was like that baby blue suede. It was a material story, but the Chicago flag. So it was suede. It was a material suede like mesh.
Right.
It was that whole piece, but just Chicago and the Chicago flag on the strap. So I'm just gonna say shout out to Y-Dub for putting that through. Charlie Wiley, my people over there that even made them things happen. Y-Dub was doing big shit. He's a lot of that energy at New Balance or whatever, but he's the one that actually did my account at the time in Fly. But that's what it was going to be. To the Fly thing, to the shoe. I mean, to the Air Force One piece.
Yeah,
it disappeared and whatever. So somebody got 100 pair of. You know what I'm saying?
I know where they at. They overseas somewhere, probably.
Believe me, when I'm overseas or I'm walking around,
right.
You
already,
what's there? What's there? You know what I'm saying?
You got to go in the basement.
Right,
you know where they at? They in the basement.
Somebody got
where they at? They in the basement somewhere.
But that's what happened to him, Reese.
If they turn into an NFT, how would you feel about that?
Man, just pay me. Just pay me. I'm cool. I'm happy. I would love for that.
You want to give out your Cash App right quick?
I would love to if somebody had that.
Would you do that same colorway with a different brand?
All day long. I mean, I have a whole bunch of stories to tell, and so being from the crib, like that's definitely one of the stories. The flag is amazing.
Right.
The earlier Chicago flag, y'all don't know, the municipal thing, where the logo was kind of like the Y or whatever. The story on that. I got a deep dish pizza story, colorway type thing. 'Cause, I love deep dish pizza. Whatever. That's that. Oh yeah.
So Mars wanted to know. That's one of our co-hosts. She wanted to know, how did you engage this relationship with Puma? Like, how did Dave work that? How did that happen?
Short story. Big homie, Emory Jones.
Oh, okay.
Emory
You got
Jones.
long relationships.
Big ups to Emory Jones.
Big homie.
Big up to Emory Jones.
This big homie just
gave you right.
did one of them. Like we did this event. After Jay got in his spot, big homie, in his spot with the whole thing. So of course, we've done other things for like Rock Nation and things like that here or whatever. So we're like, I would just say Emory's hitman type thing. So it just made sense. He reached out. When I say us, myself, Zoe, and Dante, and so came up
fashion firm, sick jackets.
Just came up with the concept at the space of doing something to the GV special. So I came up with a thing like, let's make the GV special. You know what I'm saying? So kind of did the production of us doing like these little patches and things like that to take the GV and make it special to you. So we just came up with the plan of the GV specialist and these things like that. To do the special thing on the shoes to make it special. So it was the event at the space. When it was an event at the space, the city came out. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So literally, when the event was over, the success of it or whatever, it was like somebody's gonna call you. AG called me. Her name is Allison Giorgio. So she's the head of Puma marketing North America or whatever. And she called me. We had a great, probably about good hour-long conversation of what their vision was, what they were trying to do in Chicago, what I could do in Chicago, how my influence could, in my creativity could aid to that. She said, put it on paper. Put it on paper. Probably about a week after that, was signed. Boom. Flew to New York. Me, M, her sister, and just kind of built, and then it was just on and running. That was like almost 5 years ago.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, just say there's some shorties out there watching this that's inspired. They got crazy ideas and they want to network with you.
Easy.
How can they go by networking with you?
At Dave Jeff on IG. Just at Dave Jeff. Just hit me. Or email me. Dave Jeff at IamDaveJeff.com. But yeah, easy. Just follow me on IG. Let's get it. Just
So-
tell me
See,
who
I
you
just
are.
plugged y'all shorty, so y'all owe me. I just plugged y'all.
So what are some of your work ethics? What are some Dave Jeff work ethics? You get up, you get fly, you got your manicure going, you put on your cologne.
Nah,
You know what I'm
I mean, it's different. It's different every day. I mean,
I appreciate that. So today, like, what were some of the principles you was putting down? You was practicing it.
Today was Saturday, Pop. So I mean, like I said, I've had a kind of like an intense week. My unpassed.
Condolences again.
Working on fest type stuff.
Okay.
Working on Puma type stuff. Working on fly type shit or whatever like this.
Right.
So, shout out to Round 21 too. I'm part of this like super team doing some work with the with a major team in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Round 21. On that, so that's been my day. So, but I'm just saying, like this week was Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Wife was off. Wake up, boom. You know, squeeze the booty.
Family time.
Boom. Family time, talk shit. She got shit to do. She want to go get her nail. My daughter wants to do this, whatever. So I'm just like, okay, fuck it.
I see you.
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
so I'm the Uber. So I
Right.
take them, take them there, whatever. We ate. This was lunch. Just shit chill. Got with my family. We signed my man JP or whatever. Had dinner.
Right.
You hit me.
Right.
So glad you hit me because
He hit me on the
honestly,
courtesy.
I'm going to keep it 1,000. I thought this was tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I thought this was on Sunday. So I'm so glad you did that.
That's
Pop,
why we
were
followed
literally. No, that's good business, Papa. That's good business. We were literally sitting down, restaurant, food coming, or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, well, man, we can still make this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Whatever. Literally, boom. Like I said, I'm real close.
Right.
I had on a whole nother fit. You know what I'm saying? So I went home, boom, switched like this.
Oh, that's what's up.
Boom,
Right.
like literally,
Got
like
flyer.
look, got flyer, got flyer.
Flyer.
Just real quick, like boom, like boom.
What?
Came down here and here we
Right.
are. So this was today.
Correct.
So
yes, sir.
tomorrow's gonna be different, believe me. You know what I'm saying? Monday, we've been doing the 60-40 because I'm trying to get my six-pack back. You
That's
know,
what's
and
up.
that thing.
Right.
It's my 20th wedding anniversary coming up in June.
Congrats,
So,
congrats.
20 years now.
I got 20 on
20
me.
years.
Congrats.
No, 20 years, not $20. So, you know, just been
Donate to the
trying
cause.
to get my extra, you know,
Right, yeah.
my Jamaican body.
Right. Do
You know?
new vows come with all of that?
I mean, it's been a long time. It's just like we new vows every day. Believe me, that's how we gonna keep.
Oh, that's
That's how we keep you.
Hey,
You gotta damn near new vows every day.
That's real.
So she get her
New
groove
vows
back.
every day.
Did you hear?
And so just so we clear, I mean,
Hey,
it's
this
not-
real
it's-
love
it's-
right
it's-
here. This
it's
man
not
said
groove
new
back.
vows.
So just so we clear, it's not like me reciting or we recite vows. I mean, like it's ever changing, it's ever growing, it's ever.
That's real.
You gotta communicate. This is how we keep it 20 years.
You
Yeah,
said 20
communicate,
years.
collaborate, compromise,
Relationships can't even
community.
last.
Gee, I've tried to
20
give her back
minutes.
100 times. G, I've tried to tell mom, big ends, but I can't take it.
Shout out to moms.
Big ends.
So with that being said, you made a good point that it's always good to handle your business, because I remember I was looking at one of your interviews and you was just like, look, do you love yourself,
it.
love your brand,
That's it.
believe in your brand,
That's it.
and invest in yourself, because that was coming from a situation where you was like, I could keep holding these brands. On top of that, you know, I'm gonna have to pay these people, so the invoice is crazy.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you got your overhead.
Yeah.
Then you got your staff, and
Yeah.
then you got the community meetings.
It's just business, to do business correctly and at a certain level
In
to
your career.
to in my career to not even necessarily compete, but to be at a level with these sneaker boutiques. Vail has a team. Corey has a team.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Of these things. My No Trick guys have a team. Juggernaut,
Juggernaut got
have
a
a
team.
team or whatever.
Shout out to Roger.
A lot of this, y'all, has been Dave. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so to do it and operate at a high level, so it makes sense to whatever. I can't be owing Nike at $100,000 every 60 days. I can't be and then Adidas and this and that or whatever. Just myself. So I'm just saying, like, how it's played out is, like I say, the Dave Jeff brand has grown to allow me to be in these places at 6-figure tickets and this, that, and the other, or whatever, to like, I really don't need the slang shoes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And to add to that, so you diversify your portfolio.
Exactly.
You're doing music curating.
Exactly.
But
This
then
culture curating. Music
curating.
is just in that because that's just us with the
Then you
culture.
got the sneakers, then you got the fashion,
lifestyle,
consulting, lifestyle, all of the above.
You hire Dave, you should know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's funny, just like I say, the round 21, my girl Jazz, shout out to her. First time meeting her, she's just like, yo, Dave seems like he could probably get us in a church and a strip club all in the same day. I definitely could.
All right. No, that's real talk. No, and I ain't gonna even lie, just watching people like you, like I learned how to talk with my hands, be very patient, and listen, and less and more. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I guess we got a couple last words. Anything you want to say to the listeners out there?
Man, y'all,
to the youth coming up, to the young world.
Chicago kids, world kids, universe kids. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go slower. Just go, and I just mean that in the everyday. Continue to take advantage of this technology and everything. But be you, be authentically you. Stay consistent. Like change the narrative, change the understanding of this microwave society. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here on the podcast with y'all and have the love that I have in a day. This is a 20-something year plus journey. You know what I'm saying? This is Dave at 21 is definitely not Dave at 41, and so forth, whatever. And so, don't be scared to make a mistake, but just keep it moving. Keep doing what you're doing.
Working
Forward motion. Forward motion. Forward motion. Real quick, like if you look at life as a dance, you know what I'm saying? You always want to keep moving in your dance. You know what I'm saying? You can do this side to side all you want. Never Michael Jackson, never moonwalk. Never go backwards.
Never
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Never go backwards. Lead that dance. Dip a little bit. Boom. Dip. Forward motion.
There it is, Paul. That's it. That's all. So there you have it.
Love.
Dave Jeff.
Hey, flyworldwide.com, PHLI worldwide.com. Dave Jeff on IG, the real Dave Jeff on Twitter. Holla at your boy.
Peace.
Hip Hop Unplugged,
More
season 1,
fire.
episode 2.